All right, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. GMS Oklahoma. Again, going to a sit down, you know. Hopefully it's edifying. Gonna give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Rakhtay Howard, Rakhtay Oshai, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. One salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect most high will. To the hopeful extended elect, Shalom blessings. We're gonna go to my people Israel, the elect, and various topics. You know, I looked up on GPT. You know, I looked up the Jeremiah 31 says up my, I put my law in the inward parts. We can start there. And then it says and then the GP chat, it says like a little bit on down, it says the Christians believe that, it talks about, that's when they start talking about that spiritual Gentile. And they said that's what the Christians believe. But the way that GPT broke it down, they said it's talking about Judah and Israel, about the laws being put in their inward parts, Judah and Israel. Then it talks about the Christians believe spiritual Gentile thing. So, we're gonna kind of mention that too, like how our people wasn't a people. Like they think that applies to these new Gentile, or these Gentiles and these other nations, because it says, I'm gonna make a people out of these people that wasn't a people. Well, that's talking about Israel, because we wasn't a people. At one time we got cut off from the Most High and then scattered in the Most High, and we had to be found. That's why it says lost sheep of the house of Israel. So you can get that one to start off.
You said it was Jeremiah
31 and 33, I think.
Jeremiah 1 and 33?
31. 33.
Yeah. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 33. And it reads, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
There you go, the house of Israel. Go ahead.
After those days.
And then it says, remember in the Romans, it says the covenants. My people, I wish I'll curse for my people according to my kinsmen who are Israelites, pertaining to adoption, the oracles of the Most High, the covenants, the promises. Mm-hmm. So it's to those same people, man. I don't know what these churches, our people are bugging out about, man. It's simple, really.
Because when it's saying after those days, it's talking about after the charting of the Gentiles, after the MOTB was made mandatory, after World War III, after the end of time, after the end of the age. This is what's going to be established. Yep. So after those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
Yeah, because, and then the GPT said, well, it's talking about Judah and Israel, and not according to the stone of the tablet, the tablets, according to the stones of which Moses received of the commandments. And that's true. And because it made nothing perfect. But what did Most High say? He would correct Israel measure. He said he would not utterly destroy Israel. And that scripture that says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not destroyed physically, gene-wise, taken off the planet, not being able to repent to the Most High and come back. Mm-hmm. It says that they destroy for the lack of knowledge. But those people, there are those men that Most High gave knowledge of wisdom, understanding. That's the elect. So the elect of Israel. Mm-hmm. So that these nations, they're not going to be, their laws are not going to be put in their inward parts. They are not the Gentiles that came back, or come into the fold. Those are Israelite Gentiles. We keep telling you that, man.
Because their customs, it said all the other nations, gods are idols. Exactly. So how could they come back to the customs of Israel if all their gods in former recent history were all idols? Mm-hmm. They weren't accustomed to righteousness. Only Israel was. That's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, righteousness is immortality. Mm-hmm. So when he puts it in our inward parts, that's how we know we're going to be immortal. Because it said the wages of sin are death. Yeah. So it's got to
And
be only for Israel.
yeah, and we did go up. Our kings and our priests, they did go up. They became lost, like the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So we got cut off from, so to speak, land wise, first of being the people of the Most High, and then lost within the nations, among the nations, I would say, to where we didn't have no heritage. What did it say? The destroyer of my heritage, they destroyed our heritage. They said we have a discontinuing city. We have discontinued, so to speak, from our heritage. But the Most High, that doesn't mean the people are done away with. You know, we still have a heritage. We still more rich in our heritage now than ever because it's the spirit according to the works of, I mean, you know, according to the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua, and not so much as man and pleasing man and doing trying to do the commandments and overwhelming ourselves and over exaggerating with the commandments. You know,
and that's what the Lord said he would do. You know, he said spiritually he'd break that temple down to where we didn't have no real understanding of what we were dealing with when it comes to supping with the Most High. And then when he said he'd bring it back, he would bring it to where only the elect would understand, because it wouldn't be seen nowhere, because everything else would already be set up, all these other false religions, false doctrines, and he wants it to be like that, because it's like I said, like you know, like anything, nothing good or anything righteous is easily gained.
Yeah,
that has to be worked through the hardest road, the straight gate.
Yeah, in the time of Zerubbabel, when the heathens is trying to, and they said, well, we seek your God as ye did, and they said, no, you don't have nothing to do with us building our to our God. Why didn't the Most High send somebody down and say, nah, accept them?
Yeah.
And that was a representation of what the spirit of house of David being built. Because that was Zerubbabel. Go ahead.
I will put my law in their inward parts.
Inward parts. So now it's not a law written on tablets and stones where you come in and you know what I'm saying, you know how you had the commandments. About a lot of our people had the commandments hanging on the wall of their house, but they don't do them. So what's the use of having hanging commandments right in front of you or on tablets and you're not doing them? So the Most High got to put it in you so you can do them, so it could be automatic. That's the training process that we're in now. It's going to be fulfilled in the new covenant when we have become perfect.
But Jake don't get, like it says in Titus 3 verse 8, it said, if you were going to come back to the Heavenly Father, be careful to do good works. Be careful to make sure you still trying to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your abilities. And that's what Jake don't be doing, man. Jake will know he an Israelite, but he don't want to be careful on doing good works. He don't think that it has nothing to do with his salvation, man.
Exactly. That's why they believe in those churches, because they don't have to do anything.
No.
And those churches allow you to worship anything, any kind of God, any kind of thing, as long as you get that money, them tithes.
And I got there was a guy, I got a little video of this guy. He was talking about a lot of these wacky tacky Christians, these plantation Christianity Christians. They're complaining about how their life's not getting easier, how they're getting worse.
Yeah.
Whenever they go to accepting JC, they're starting to complain about that, man.
Yeah.
You're starting to see articles that's basically going into what GMS is saying about particular topics like Satan falling from heaven, stuff like that. They just having that on straight articles on Newsbreak. And you got Christians on there mocking still, you know, but a lot of them are just giving up on the faith completely because it's not being broken down to them right. And, you know, they're not Israelites. You know, some of them are, but the Lord didn't want them to wake up.
Yeah.
So, like I said, and I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
Write it in their minds, you know. So this is still dealing with the same people and it said the house of Israel. So it's still dealing with the same people, man. You know, like, you know, what did it say, all our lives as Israelites, even in the reincarnated nation state, back then, what was our main complaint? It was getting away from these heathens and having them not rule over us. So why would the Most High, like, okay, I'll finally answer your prayers because you finally coming back to me now. The heathen can come in and rule with y'all. What kind of sense would that make, man? And all the time, like, they've been our enemies, and even in today, they are enemies.
You know, so
And
that wouldn't even add
yeah,
up.
and he said he made the wicked for the day of evil, so you can't make Esau good. And Esau, what about Esau? Okay, he's done away with. Now we find out he's still here, and he's a person, he's a people, Edomite nation. So he definitely don't is not going to make it. So that lets you know the Most High still has that kind of spirit to have nobody, some people not make it.
He has to be there, or the MOTB wouldn't be made mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Only somebody like Esau do something like that.
Only he fit the bill of being the bad guy, the villain, the top villain, I would say.
Even when we were ruling in the Byzantine Empire, 1,000 years after Esau went in the caves, we wasn't talking about nothing digital. We was just ruling. We were just doing other things. We were trying to, we were seeking the Lord, but we didn't have the knowledge. Mm-hmm. Because we are predominantly righteous people. Like we want to be righteous. Mm-hmm. If you're an Israelite, you predominantly want righteousness in the earth. That's why you even got 2/3 of Jake. You got someone like Tupac trying to be like changes and all that. Like we always wanted to fit a narrative of a righteous standard, even if we didn't know.
Yeah, even the gang bangers, like you said, those rappers, Mac 10, I'm trying to feed my baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
They had a code. They wouldn't shoot in certain areas. They wouldn't gangbang in certain areas. It'd be like with the children that they wouldn't do. Like Jake got a code of righteousness about it.
Even with Slack, and we'll get back to it, but even with Ice Cube kind of being the connection to Dub C being a Crip and Mac 10 being a Blood, trying to bring the gang people, world together, for the sake of not our people not dying and all that.
Or you got movies where it'll be like little children who's trying to gangbang, and they'll be like, well, you can gangbang, but you better be going to school. You better have your grades right.
Yeah.
Like they always try to keep a moral code at some extent.
Yeah, these nations don't do that, man.
At all.
Nope.
So
inward parts, we're getting put in our inward parts now. We're rehearsing the righteous act, and it's getting in us more and more every day. And then Most High is going to finish it. Yahweh Shai is the finish of our faith. He's going to complete it. We get close enough to the base, they're going to, hey, you might not even knock the other box out and be like, you got him. You know what I'm saying? It's done. Like, go ahead.
And I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Yeah, and the way that the anti-Christians read it is like, now I would be like, he's showing himself, like saying that I'm gonna be your power because I had never been your power before. Like it's some new guests in there. No, because we got cut off and we didn't regard the Most High as our power before. At a time. And then he said, and now he's kind of refreshing himself, like we said, even with his name, he's refreshing himself, but he's dealing with the elect body, which is not the same body as the 2/3. So he's kind of like bringing them out of the troubles, the darkness, and from among these nations, and presenting himself as a merciful power and saying, I have something special for you. I'm dealing with you. So we kind of see him even now as in a different kind of light, a better light. Like we understand, we understand him much more. We're closer to him through Yahweh Shai. Our people didn't have that. They had Moses and the prophets, but now they didn't have Yahweh Shai yet on that level, to where he actually came, died, and supped with his elect.
Because even Moses, like when he started getting older, when you get older, you start losing that energy. So he tried to, kind of back off a little bit at the end of his walk too. The age of tear Jake down here, man. The wickedness of this place. It'll have you weary, man. You know, that's why the Lord's saying,
Yes.
you know, believers and young brothers, young
Mhm.
sisters, so we can put that fire back in Israel.
And like yeah, like you said, that the Most High is gonna make all things new.
Mhm.
Like it's a new covenant. It's still of the old covenant, so to
Mhm.
speak, but it's a refreshing.
Yeah.
It's a burst of energy. Like you know, you tell your child like, yeah, the father still loves you. He was just mad at you. Like
Yeah.
we going back to Jerusalem.
And
Now you gotta, you know, you feel good again. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, all right,
And he's sending you helpers and stuff.
yeah,
Like, you know,
helpers.
the elders apostles, that's who us younger brothers and sisters here for to be aid to them,
Hmm.
you know, to show that we're the best way the Lord's showing them that he's dealing with,
Yeah,
you know, off of what we do,
exactly.
you know, because that's the physical counterpart of the Lord, the
Mhm.
body coming together.
Yeah, because our people was misusing our people. Like
Yeah,
a lot of times when they worked in their servitude, it wasn't adding up
Mm-hmm.
because the kings and priests were going off. And he's like, make sense out of this, Moses. Well, this is the way it is. You gotta do it. But Yahweh Shai is making sense out of everything now.
He weeded out all the leaders of the house of Saul.
Mm-hmm.
And he got the leaders of the house of David here set up in GMS.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good point because he's separating the confusion. I mean, he's clearing out the confusion. He's separating that 2/3 and that what do you call it, corrupt mind of Israel.
Mhm.
You know, that corrupt body of Israel from, because they used to be together. They used to try to dwell together,
but
you
it
know,
can't
'cause it
stand.
wasn't- Yeah,
It can't
and
stand.
that's why that scripture's there. The house divided itself.
It can't stand. Somebody, oh, yeah, I don't know who it is. Hold on. Yeah, look like just, I don't know who it is.
So y'all,
Yeah.
Shalom to few brothers, few sisters tuning in. Y'all Bashma Shai Bashma Kagadash Bakatam.
You know, I always try to look out for that common board for you.
Yeah.
But going to verse 34,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor.
Yeah, because like we said, Jake, when he loses his the word, he got to be reminded. He got to go into the temple like, oh, here's the book. Yeah, we got to get back to this. We ain't gonna lose it again. Now it's gonna be within us. We ain't gonna have to teach a neighbor to neighbor. Everybody gonna know. Like everybody finding out now. But you know, they don't. What they say, they don't like to retain the Most High in their knowledge. They don't like to keep it pounded in their heart, meditate. So the Most High is like skinning off the fat that don't want to do that.
Because it's the truth, especially the school of the prophets, is built off discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, you know, America Babylon the Great gets you in a mind state where you don't have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of Jakes, they can't really handle sticking with this until the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly. That's why they'll let you do anything chaotic out there, anything, and then they'll have that just for the control sake. They'll come in. Oh, what's going on? Like you know what's going on.
You did all this stuff there,
Yeah.
and you know that's just to, you know, basically put Jake as to blame for why things are the way they are here in Babylon.
Yep.
You know, and that's what makes
it confusing. Of our brethren.
Yeah, that's what makes it confusing.
Yeah.
So
our laws the laws are gonna get put in our inward parts, man. Go ahead.
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother.
Yep.
Saying, know the Lord. And when it says know the Lord, that word know is capitalized. So you know it's a big deal when it's saying know the Lord. You know, in the middle of the whole sentence, it's saying know the Lord. Like it's bigger than what we're just saying. Like there's a lot of stipulations to Yahweh Shai and how he works in the earth.
Well, that's what it says in Hosea 46. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, lack of knowing.
You gotta know what's going on, Jay.
You know.
For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the least,
trying to harmonize it. Skip the beat.
From the least of them unto the greatest of them.
And to the greatest. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord.
For I will forgive their iniquity.
See, I will forgive their iniquities, man, because we messed up. You know, and show me any nation that where they was, because it says I will have mercy upon these people, and they shall be a people, and I will have mercy on them. Where is these other nations to where they didn't, they needed mercy? They wasn't nowhere in the book to receive mercy or need a savior or nothing. They were our enemies all through the book. You know, we deal with them and all that. You know, Most High said we can deal with these nations. Don't be like them.
Said be at peace with all
Be
men.
at peace with all men possible. But see what Jake does when he started dealing with these nations, he started marrying their daughters, and he started changing his religion,
Changing his customs.
and that's the problem with the Most High got with Jake. Like every time I let y'all, you know, say, you know, be a people, and you know, and you don't, and you know, give y'all strength and give y'all land and give y'all to where y'all doing okay for yourselves, and y'all don't really have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, you check on your son every now and then, but he got it, man. But then sometimes you like, damn, you know, oh, your son, he's up here obstructing justice, and so he's you know, rude, being out there being a criminal or something. You're like, damn. So, you know, Most High now he got to put a disciplinary yoke around our neck, and our people had to learn the hard way through slavery. If you was disciplined under the Most High, you wouldn't have had that yoke around. That's discipline. So your ass won't move around so much. You won't try to escape. You can't escape the laws. You can't escape the Most High. This is the manual. You can't even escape this book. This is the manual to your life, your spirit that you borrow from the Most High. Go ahead.
For I will forgive their iniquity.
I will. What did he say? Israel, Hosea 4:1. Let me get that right quick. You have fallen by your iniquity. He ain't worried about these other nations. Esau really can't. Esau is the wicked. Most High is not surprised. We're not surprised that Esau is doing all this stuff. You know, we'd be like, damn, Esau died, because we never knew before the extent of Esau's actions, his terror and all that. And now we know. We're not surprised in anything he does, because we know he's the wicked now. Most High woke us up through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua, through the apostles, elders, and bishops, and the teaching coming from the old school, coming from West, that we're the Israelites and these are our enemies and they hate us. And now we're finding out, we're like, man, it makes sense. You know? Hosea, that's 14:1, right quick. So now Esau trying to get a ride on the chariot. All of a sudden, he wasn't talking about nothing concerning our health and well-being. Now he's like, I want to be in the kingdom with y'all as a brother.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it ain't gonna happen, Jack.
That's why I said I got this article that I was gonna do a video on later. I brought this up. Trump talking about he trying to get people to donate for him so he can get into heaven. He's gonna be in heaven, all right. Your ass gonna be in slavery. Because heaven just means rulership. Your rulership is gonna be that goddamn plowshare. That's gonna be what you rule. You're gonna move that motherfucker around for 1,000 years. You're gonna be out of here.
Y'all in a state of wickedness. Y'all can't put down your wickedness. The wickedness is in you. It's a part of you. It's who you are. It said, if he that still is a man, if he be found in his hand, he gonna be paraphrased.
And you got your time to rule. You got to do what you want. You took your moral soul meat. You got to live it out. It's over with, man. It's over.
No, yeah, and that's just like Esau. I'll wait until my father die, and then I'll pursue my brother Jacob. Like now he's saying, who could see us? Like the father ain't here. He's saying all those chariots and all that.
That's how that famine word's gonna be. It's gonna be, oh, the prophets ain't on the scene no more. Oh, I can go ahead and make my move. That's why we say the famine of the word is gonna be when shit really pop off.
Yeah.
You know, the father ain't talking to his people no more. Oh, I can go ahead. They don't got no God.
And that's documented too in the scriptures. Oh, Israel, they have fallen. Let every man take his hand upon her. Talking about Israel. Because when we ain't with our power, they take advantage of it.
Yep.
So
It said, let her be defiled.
yeah, he didn't say, brother, oh man, you the Most High, he mad at us. Nah, he was an enemy. He said, yeah. So they broke the brotherly covenant. Ain't no brotherly getting along with any of them, man. It says Hosea 14:1, O Israel, return to the Lord thy power. Talking to Israel, about Israel, to Israel, for thou hast fallen by thy iniquity. And that's what the Most High we just read, that he'll forgive us for our iniquity. You have fallen by it. And then in this another scripture, you have fallen by the iniquity of your fathers. Paraphrasing. So we came in that same lot. And now we're coming back to the Most High. These nations ain't coming back to the Most High. It's not, nobody's out there in the highways and byways, you know, talking about Yahweh Yahushua and the return of his son is coming back and the recompense. How they gonna talk about the recompense when they're the ones that did the bloodshed and played the enemy in Psalms 83?
Yep.
Then they gonna jump on our side and talk about, go get them, go get the Moabites, go get the Hamites. Y'all are the Hamites, the Moabites, and the Edomites, and the Ishmaelites. Ishmael, it said he slew all the Jews, man. Antiochus Epiphanes came, a wicked root came out, and he was it out of the Seleucid Empire. You know, the Flavian dynasty was one of the most harsh dynasties that Israel suffered under, with Vespasian and Domitian Titus, man. And then you had our people joining with them, like Tiberius, that grew up in a Jew family, a so-called black Jew family, and sold his pretty much himself into you know, helping and supporting them on the campaign of Titus. You know, so and you got those same people today with the Black Boule, you know, that's helping them, the government. So yeah, you got 2/3 of our people that's not a part of the body of the hopeful elect.
Because if they were, then the elect couldn't stand.
Yeah.
So they got to be separated.
Yeah, and it got to be an opposition, right? Who's the opposition? That's the balance of things. Everything has to have an opposite side. Go ahead.
And I will remember their sin no more.
Their sin no more. That's possessive. Plurally, I might be saying it wrong. Plurally possessive. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we get rusty with English. We ain't been in school, man. Yeah, we making up new words and everything.
We've been to school of the prophets. You get to, you know, you mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, you get to slang it out, slang it out, man. Slang. What's the other one? Oh, and I looked up people, which the Hebrew word is ayin. And the people, it means tribe, it means nation. So what did the Most High say? He said nation against nation. And you know, it says, what it said in the scripture, and they shall be my people and I should be their power. They ain't no talking about no new new people.
Yeah, that's Zephaniah 3:9.
Yeah.
And that's talking about, you know, of course, Israel, we're going to have that new language, but everybody going to be getting down with that. That's why we was talking about Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4, how they'll go all up and learn our ways. Well, they're going to learn that language. Yeah. That's going to be the only language they need to know. Because that's going to be your ruler's language. That's all you're going to need to know.
And you know, the Most High do Israel dirty too. Remember, say he was robbed with his own people. He'll make his own people jealous. He'll say, hey, look, I'm giving Esau a blessing too. He's going to rule with the sword. Wait a minute, Lord, well, you know, you broke my commandments, you broke my law, statute. So look, I'm going to give him the rulership and the he let the Babylonians rule, the Hamites. He let the Assyrians rule. He let the Persian and Medes rule. He let the Greeks rule and the Romans rule. So everybody had their piece of the pie of power and rulership, man. Now and so long had trodden down those that were really those people, which are Israel and the saints, well, mainly the saints. Because that's who they really had a problem with over the years of their power, they had a problem with the hopeful elect, the saints. Go ahead.
And that's why when you go into Hebrews, the 8th chapter, you know, which is part of the New Testament, it literally says the same thing that Jeremiah 31 says. That's why they don't want to deal with it, man. That's why they don't want to go there.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to go there. It literally says the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, actually go to it.
You want to go to it? I got it.
Yeah.
You want to go? Go ahead. That was what I was thinking, the spirit, like, because that was the track he was on. But it's Hebrews 8 verse 1. Now of the things which he has spoken, this is the sum, right? The complete, you know.
This is the total.
Yeah, you know.
This is the conclusion.
This is it.
Yeah.
You know, we have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne.
Yeah, because you know if you go into history, the priests were the Levites, but Yahweh Shai was a Judite. So that's when things changed and our people became confused even about that, because they were like, how could he be a Levite and a Judite at the same time, or a priest and be a Judite? And then, but the most Yahweh Shai was talking about a everlasting priesthood, something that didn't have to be dealt with annually, and didn't have to deal with so much physicality.
And to know, to understand that, Jake, you got to go back to the history. Like, you know, Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, you know, Jacob sat down all his sons and said, look, this is what's going to behold you in the last days. And what he said about Judah, he said, thy brethren shall bow down before thee, man. That's why. He told him. That's why when you had Joseph, just before the Cushites, the so-called Ethiopians, started ruling in Egypt, so you had Joseph saying, oh, I'm going to be ruling over my brethren, because he was a Judite. And they was confused about that. They said, no, we're just going to sell him into slavery. You know?
Yeah, Joseph was Ephraim. I mean, he was Northern Kingdom.
Oh, he was Northern Kingdom?
Yeah.
Wait, was?
Yeah, that's Ephraim. That's Ephraim in there.
Not Joseph. I'm talking about not that one, but it was you know, where he said he had a dream. He had a dream with his father, and he said that he was gonna be ruling.
That's of his brethren, right?
Yeah, of his brother. That's right.
Yeah, in Egypt.
Just before it happened.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a Judite.
No, he's come because you talking about the 12 tribes, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, because Joseph had Ephraim. I mean, he's of Ephraim and Manasseh.
Oh, so that's what he was saying. Okay, yeah, I got it mixed up.
And it says that in the Revelation. That's why they think that Joseph is, you know, that's why they say the tribe of Manasseh is not mentioned, or tribe of Ephraim is not mentioned.
Yeah,
it just says Joseph and Manasseh.
Okay, I got it mixed up. Okay, but
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Slacky.
Yeah.
Going back. To where we was at.
So Judah is the head tribe.
Yeah.
Reuben supposed he was the firstborn, but he slept with his father's concubine. So that was prophesied too. So Judah can become the head of his brethren. So you know Judah got that what do you call it? That kind of character to him now. When everybody puts the blame on the so-called black man, it got to be the so-called black man that got to lead the rest of the tribes out of poverty or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says.
So what he was saying was he's going to be the ruler over Northern Kingdom. Basically. So what he was saying?
I don't know what you're talking about. Like you said, Judah shall get praise from his brother.
I was talking about with the Joseph. He was basically saying he's just gonna be ruler over his brethren, because he was gonna get sold in slavery. And then so I just want to make the count right, since I said that. So he got sold in slavery, but he was just saying he's gonna rule over his brethren because he was gonna be ruler of Egypt for that time.
Yeah, well, overall, you know, like you said, Judah shall get praise from his brethren. That's Judah, the head tribe.
Yeah.
But concerning Joseph, he did help his brothers out of during the time of the famine.
Yeah, he did.
So, Most High had gave him increase and position to do that. So he did play a leading role in, the Israelites being helped and supported, even though they didn't understand it and they was trying to put them in a hole or something like that.
Yeah, I just want to point that out because I forgot about that. So,
but Judah's going to get praise from his brethren. Like he's the head tribe, the so-called black man. He's going to get praise from. He's still the head of the nations. Because it says in the scripture, we all come from the waters of Judah. Yahweh Shai being the main example. Like he's forever. It's the order of him. He ain't going to lose his status of being the main son of the Most High.
Yeah.
And he's a Judite. So.
Yeah, water for that. It says, we have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens. Verse 2, a minister of the sanctuary.
So we got things happening within our own nation. Strangers within our own nation. We got different tribes and different genealogy or genealogical genealogy problems within our own nation. They was like, wait, hold on. You're not a Levite. How you gonna talk about precept? So we excluding these other nations. Ain't got no business with what we doing. And we got stuff to iron out with our own. In this genealogies, talking about within Israel. Because Judah is one tribe and Manasseh is another.
Yeah, and he even had it where like Zaquan was saying, like certain of us that wasn't ever really supposed to be rulers, he set us up to do it. Sometimes the Lord does it. It's all based off of showing that we should be working together more than against each other. Because you could have a Jake that maybe not be put in a position of a particular tribe that's used to ruling, but he do it to show you that he give it to whoever he want. But Judah, like Zaquan was saying, like at the end of the day, Judah's gonna rule because Yahweh Shai came out of that lineage, man. Period. But verse 2, a minister of the sanctuary and of a true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man. Verse 3, for every high priest is ordained, which is no free will. You got a lot of people out here, they say that this is free will. Everything that we do has been preordained. Even us going off, making mistakes, trying to get right, correcting ourselves, examining ourselves, every single one of those battles were preordained to already happen. That's why Elder Yashwamba was saying, don't be feeling like beating yourself up so bad when you make mistakes, man. Those mistakes were to save you, to balance you out. So you won't be too proud, man, because having too much knowledge, you'll think that you don't need your brothers, man. You don't think you don't need your elders. You think you don't need nobody.
But and that's what actually a lot of those Pharisees was doing. So Sadducees, like, they were looking down at Yahweh Shai because he wasn't coming in King's perils. They felt he didn't have knowledge and all that. He was talking in parables, dark saying. They were like, so he must not be educated or something. Because they was on high status. A lot of them made money, the Pharisees, and they were educated in law. Because remember Yahweh Shai said, you should know you the master in this. You the master of the law.
Because that word Sadducees, I was going into that a couple of days ago in a lesson. It means righteous. It literally means righteous. So that's what they thought. They thought that they were more righteous than Yahweh Shai.
It says that if you he that exceed the righteousness of the Sadducees, I think.
Let me see if I can
just put righteousness of Sadducees or something. It's either that or Pharisee maybe. But them together, they were exercising.
Yeah, because even Paul was
he said, he basically the Hebrews of Hebrews.
Yep.
The Hebrew of Hebrews.
Yep. You hit it right on point. Matthew chapter 5, verse 24. I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, that ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Well, that's heavy. That's heavy right there.
Yeah. So if when our people was starting to sin and go off, and the dissension between and this, so to speak, disconnect between the Jews and Yahweh Shai, who was a Judite. Jew is short for Judah. The anti-Christian be trying to flip that. Like it's just two different things.
Yeah.
That Christian is two different things from Judite. The saints are Judites or Israelites. They're the same people when you connect the body to the main one is the Yahweh Shai. It's all the same. In righteousness, But yeah, they would, when they had those dissensions and arguments and whatever debates, it was concerning like, man, we still got the law. We still connected to the Most High. Y'all going out. Y'all the ones that's going off, man. Because we the Levites. We the Jews. Why? And they was saying, why are you helping this woman? She's a heathen. And Yahweh Shai was explaining to them, like, nah, she was one of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. She just wasn't born in Jerusalem. That type of thing,
Yeah.
She just don't have the Lord. Why is she? Well, at least she could come to the Passover, and why is she eating swine? Because they lost that. They lost that. A lot of our people lost that, and even us being in this, we right up the street from a lot of our people, man. Or just which we're tangible, but they still don't get it. So you could be in the same land as where the Israelites are, or where the book is, the book of the law, even Moses' law, and still go off and not understand it. Really, they didn't even understand a lot of things Yahweh Shai was talking about. And the parables ain't new. They talk about parables back in the Old Testament.
It's the same thing as a riddle.
Yeah.
Look up a parable, it's a riddle. They doing riddles all the time. So that's why they thought he didn't know what he was talking about. They thought he was crazy. They called him a wine bibber.
Exactly. And they know about riddles. It's just the way he spoke and the way he explained it in the spirit. They didn't understand the spirit like that. It was just so much going off of this carnality. They're like, what you mean you can do this on the Sabbath?
Even a lot of times the apostles didn't even understand. They had to let him reveal it to them later. Like they had to be patient. And that even goes to the day. Like if he
No, I was it just made me think about when he asked the spiritual meaning. Basically he was asking the spiritual meaning that they couldn't answer. He's like, is John the Baptist that from heaven or is it from men? So a lot of times when he talked, it was the comparing the physical with the spiritual, which a lot of them didn't understand the spiritual at the time, because the natural, Most High said the natural should come first and then the spirit. So a lot of the spiritual things wasn't revealed to them. Yeah, they even when back then when they dreamed a lot of stuff, they didn't understand their dreams. Like the Paul said, it had to be revealed in this proper time.
They had to go through a specific process naturally to get to the answer spiritually. And that's why, like, I heard certain elders, they be like, man, there's a particular answer I wanted to know. And they had to go to camp week after week after week after week. They had to naturally be there, and then they got the answer they was looking for. That's how the Lord worked, man. You got to show you got to show that you there physically. Then he'll do the rest. But you got to pull up, Jake. So if not, you're not going to get anything revealed to you.
And another thing, Yahweh Shai said, forgive your brothers, be times, forgive them 7 times more. Because it was easy for you just to be, if you had a law, you'd be like, hey man, you going off, get the hell out of here. That was going off. You have to be suffer with your brother to understand what he's going through and what he's saying. Then you could be a wiser man to help him and support him and keep him in the body. Because destroying them.
And that's right. That's why I had that dream yesterday about my brother I was telling you about. Like, it's not really you when you see somebody doing wicked stuff, when a brother doing wicked, it's not really him you fighting. It's the demon in him. you got to get the
Yeah, they
demon
didn't
out.
understand that.
They not understanding that. So they just like, get out of here. And they just threw their soul out, man.
Or you know, slay them like they did with that woman. She probably was having trouble. She probably, you know, she probably lost her first husband and then started just being in love with a lot of men. And he like, wait a minute, where this woman, you know?
But there is a level to it.
Yeah, it is a level.
But, you know, somebody just, you know, not showing no effort, man.
Yeah, but if you present a certain thing to our people, right? For some of our people, not all, they'll be like, okay, now that makes sense to me. So now, when I do it, I'll understand. Like it ain't supposed to come yet. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I connect with somebody, but we ain't supposed to be there yet. Just all right now. Like even being perfect, they got Jacob kill himself. Like, I can't get perfect. Let me kill myself. Yeah. Like, nah, just hold on, man. Iron out your you know, your impurities day by day.
Instead of offend less.
Yeah.
You know, get better. You know, focus on your strengths.
Yeah.
That's what Elder Ariella would always say. That's one thing I remember he said all the time, man. Focus on your strengths, Jake. Because once you get your strengths all the way up, your weaknesses, you can pan them out easy. Because your strengths is up. Your stats is up.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why the Yahweh Shai said they remove the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. If you don't have those, Israel ain't gonna be able to make it. They ain't gonna have no faith. Mercy is not gonna be shown to them. Most High was wroth with his own people, so they be like, Most High, how can we? Where's the mercy at? We don't see it. But the mercy was like, your ass is not in slavery no more. Your ass is not getting killed by 2 or 3 witnesses of Moses.
Yeah,
you know,
you getting a grace period now. You getting a specific amount of time to get right.
Yeah,
that's the grace. Jake think it's just you can just do whatever you want. Yeah. It's not working like that.
Yeah.
But continuing, Hebrews chapter 8 verse 3. For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices.
See, and you hold those kind of offices, people respect you that way. Like even with the, I think it says in the scripture, the priest is blameless on the Sabbath. And, you know, certain things that really, you know, the priest would not be a lot of accounted for, you know, stuff that they do because they priests, you know what I'm saying? It's just like an elder. You ain't gonna come and rebuke an elder, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. You gotta suffer a little bit. Even if he kind of like, you feel like, dang, he ain't right in his spirit, something's wrong. You still gotta suffer that a little bit because he's an elder.
And there's a counsel that, man.
Yeah.
And really, you want to pray for your elder if he is like that. Exactly. It talks about being patient with a man who's weak. That you get weak when you get older, man. You gotta really try to amp up the elders, man. Hype them up, man. Because this place is torn our people down, man. Yeah. You got to care about your people, man. And that's why it said in that one scripture, it said those that are come to you shall comfort you for their works and their doings, man. That's really what we're supposed to be doing as new believers in this truth. Because I'm a new believer still. You know, Zaquan always tell me, you ain't new no more. But to me, I feel like I'm still new, man. I only been here 3 years.
Yeah. And it's,
I just learned quick.
And it's a balance to that, you know. I don't mean like, you know, I don't leave a brother out there like, oh, you can handle everything. It's like, it's a training because it's like we do have to step up and we have to, you know, do according to a lot that we might not be ready for. You know what I'm saying?
He just saying this requires, so get ready, get on the level, Jay. Get on the level. Yeah, you are new, but really you're not, because this ain't your first time being here, man. That's really what he was saying. Like spiritually, like this ain't your first time doing the work, man. You coming to finish the work that you did. Just so like, get it done, man. Let's go.
Just like when a baby be crawling around, and he be changing his diaper, he be having fun and wake up in the crib. So when he start to walk and talk, go get that remote for me.
Yeah.
Go to the store and buy me this. You starting to work.
No,
like damn, I should have stayed there.
The hell's this work shit?
I'm trying to.
That's what we born for. We was ordained to be workers. We the cultivators of the earth.
Yeah, you don't think Yahweh Shai was a servant to his people?
He was the biggest one.
Yeah, he said, hey, a servant is no greater than his master, and he's not greater than the Most High, so he has to be a servant too.
He picking up other jakes, babies, diapers, and shit.
Most High don't have to serve nothing. He loves us, but he don't have to serve us.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer. Verse 4, for if we were on earth, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law.
Yeah.
Verse 5, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of the Most High when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. It's a pattern, Jake. It's a process. Like Zaquan saying, naturally, then spiritually. First, before you get those spiritual. Go ahead.
Yeah, because my pops, he was like, those were crazy people. Them Jews were crazy back then. That's what the churches make you believe, like those are just crazy radical people. Now, sweet Jesus came. Nah, Yahushua was austere too, but they weren't crazy, because look at the world and how crazy it is now.
Because that order's not here.
Because that order is not here. You got sons wearing dresses and females wanting to be men and all that. That's what's crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's insane.
Yeah. So if Moses was blowing you up in the mountain and you were beheaded and stoned and stuff like that, then you're gonna be like, damn, it sounded crazy, but why they do that? Well, because they were committing adultery and they were worshiping the Queen of Heaven. You're like, oh, it's a reason. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they did that because they knew of places like Sodom and Gomorrah, hellfire raining on that motherfucker for doing that. So that's why that was done. It was to make sure that everybody else didn't die. Because if stuff like that's happening and you're letting it go on, it's guilty by association. You die with them. And that's why we're not doing that here, man.
Yeah,
we're pointing all that shit out.
Yeah.
We're not playing that.
You have a man and he claimed to be single, but he's always at the Sodomite club and around Sodomite in the houses and stuff. When that judgment come on him, it's gonna come on him too.
Yeah, and that's why we're real big on it. And like you at least most Jakes, you got at least one Sodomite in your family, man. And they don't care about nothing you got to say, but they want you to be there for them all the time. Fuck that, Jake. Don't be all, oh, it's just my family. No. A lot of these people, they don't care about Yahushua. And if they don't care about Yahushua, you got to draw a line, Jake. You got to draw a big line. It got to be like the fucking Iron Curtain line. That's just got to be fucking barrier.
That's why,
straight up.
Yeah, that's why Most High didn't reveal that.
Playing that.
Through Paul, he didn't reveal that till later on. Paul said there's a sin that dwells in me. He was like, we could say that? I can use that? It'll work for Paul and certain people. It ain't gonna work for you. Bro. Your ass gonna get done.
Other shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, Lord, I didn't do it. It was a sin that dwelled. You're gonna get struck down.
It's different levels of wickedness, man.
Exactly.
They try to be like all sin is the same. No, some stuff you do, hey, you better cut that shit out, man. Lord's gonna get your ass.
Yep.
We don't want to be nowhere around you. It's really the demon in you. It's not like we hate our people. That's what we say. We don't hate our people. It's the demon in them. We can't stand to be around them.
So if your people continue to go off and then they kick you down and they kick you in the knee and shit and spit in your face and they say, and you be like, man, I'm gonna choke. And then they say, no, it's the demon in me. How you ever gonna fix that?
Right? How you gonna ever take accountability and start doing what you need to do to get rid of the demon? Because it says to be done through fasting and prayer. Yeah. You ain't even doing either one of them. Then how you gonna really get rid of it?
Yeah. And my thing is the people that judge you, how are they gonna judge you? Because you're gonna be able to say that all the time. Like, you'll never get your sentence. You'll never get your judgment.
Y'all be just like Esau. It's just a sin within me. Well, this motherfucker, it say he got 7 abominations in his mind, in his heart.
Yep.
They say he completely wicked. So he would be the main one talking about some, I just sin within me. I ain't doing it.
That's what he's saying now. He's saying that was my forefather. That wasn't me. Well, it said they should complain of an ungodly father because they should be recompensed. What it say? You can't get out of this.
You can't get out of this shit, man.
And you are your father.
God. That's why I said the father should not pay for the son's sin. Yeah. That's it.
You are your father.
You paying for your shit.
And Most High, that's why the Most High let time go by so enough to bring your ass back.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna wait just for this motherfucker to pull up.
Be born. Got your ass.
Then we're gonna let him walk around for a little while.
Yeah, even those that pierced him, they had to be reborn.
Yep, all of them.
So they here now. Go ahead.
Yep, they probably working at McDonald's or something. Mm-hmm. This Hebrews chapter 8, verse 6. But now he obtained a more excellent ministry. Mm-hmm. That's this right here.
Yep. Not saying no different people, not a different son. You know. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
By how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant. Of a
better covenant. See, that means like Most High said, I don't want to talk to Israel no more. And Yahushua said, hey, I'll be the mediator. I'm telling Israel, look, I'm gonna be your mediator so you can talk to the Most High. Because you let Most High talk to you. He don't talk to you like a man. He talk to you like he's sending like 7 hurricanes circling around your cities and shit.
Tearing your shit up.
Tearing you up, man. A damn tsunami that done killed like 30,000 people. Like, oh Lord.
You be the last one hanging off the roof and shit.
Yeah.
Pulling yourself up to survive. Like, all right, I hear you, Lord.
Yeah,
I hear you. You hear him now, don't you?
Yeah. And then what they say, they rather talk to Moses. I mean, where Yahushua at?
And the problem is people think since we sitting here this last time, not going through it, we ain't went through shit with the Most High. We done went through it worse than everybody. He said, he said, Amos 3 verse 2, he said, he pulled us for all our iniquities. So everything we seeing people going through, we probably went through this shit first. More than likely, most of us.
We set the example.
You set the example of how it means to get your ass whooped by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So now finally at the end, we get to just sit down and talk about it.
And the nation,
not get our ass whooped this bad.
Yeah, and the nations talk about us too. Like, look at Israel, they getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, man.
Well, y'all next.
Y'all fucking next, man. Every article, maybe you die from landslides. House falling over. We gonna pull that shit up. Mm-hmm. Let y'all know. Yeah, this is what the fuck we went through. You want to be an Israelite, huh? Get ready.
Yeah, I read.
Get to go through that side.
I read about over there in Elamite land. They have like, I forget the number, man. It's a crazy amount of number, like 1,000 lightning strikes within minutes or something like that. I was like, they motherfuckers are tap dancing over there.
And then you have that one that hit that guy and it killed him, and it killed like 300 of his livestock or something. It killed like a whole bunch of his livestock. This one boat is that we be seeing videos. Other nations be running in the field playing soccer and struck by lightning. Motherfuckers falling over and dying. Yeah. One ain't playing.
Habib and them getting exposed for being dirty, nasty people.
Well, BB need to get them toes up in potato wedges. Yep. This is verse 6. But now he have attained a more excellent ministry.
Yep. See, a more excellent ministry. But it works for the same people. And not so much the same people as like it was never for the 2/3. The 2/3 didn't never get it, even in the old time. So this new covenant and this new way of life and this refreshment is for the hopeful. It's for the elect. But it's refreshing because we lost it one time before. We forgot. It said there's no remembrance of former things. And then it said you shall discontinue from your heritage. So it ain't in us no more. It ain't passed down to us. We don't learn this as babies no more.
Nope.
So when we do come in, we're like 20 years old, 30 years old, and it's like, man, this is new.
Yeah. You gotta be born again.
Yeah.
Because you've been living like a damn heathen your whole life.
So new ain't talking about you a new nation coming in. It's new because you are another nation coming in. It's new to the same people because we once lost it, and we've been refreshed to
And
understand.
the younger you are, you come in the better.
Mm-hmm.
The older you come in, the more Babylon jack your ass up. That's why I said an old bottle can't have new wine in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you 50, you be getting your ass whooped by Babylon the Great, and you come to the truth. It's gonna be real hard for you to put that new wine in there, the new song. It's gonna be real hard. It ain't impossible. You're gonna have to drink up, Jake.
That's why I try to, like Benjamin Button, try to go back to a baby when you 50, 60.
Yeah, how you gonna do that? That's
like,
gonna
nah.
be tough as hell.
Most likely gonna force your ass. When you get older, you start wearing diapers and pacify anyway. You might as well.
Start over. You might as well up and down, start over. Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah. I know nothing.
Right.
Here to learn. Go ahead.
Yep. Like I said, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
Better covenant. And we read about that better covenant. We read about that inward parts in the Israelites, in the the elect really, in the establish my covenant with Israel. I would it say I would not hold them by the hand as in the old day, but I would have put my laws in the inward parts. Talking about the same people, man. My people Israel. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. My. Go ahead.
Which was established on better promises.
Yeah, because it's better promises. And the gift that we understand is not always it have to be a carnal gift. That's why our people be like, man, Thanksgiving, birthdays, you didn't give me no gifts, son. And then people are dying over gifts and stuff. You buy your child a little small space station. He want an iPhone. He try to kill you and shit. They dying over gifts. The gift is much better than that now. It's spiritual. It's faith. It's hope. It's this word. It's the brethren. It's the knowing the Most High. Those are gifts, man. Like, and you can't. Nobody thinks about nobody. There's no what do you call it? Ill will in that. You can't have no ill will if there's nothing there. But it is something there. But you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't physical. So now, like even with bearing arms with Esau, we're bearing arms spiritually. So he got to come in another kind of way. He can't just be like, damn, how do I fight these people? I got all these big ass weapons and tinker toys in the fucking closet, tinker toy missiles, and they just holding the Bible. How am I going to do this? So now they exercising these laws and, doing it through media and all that. Go ahead.
Verse 7, for if that first covenant had been faultless.
Yeah, it had to be with fault, man. Go ahead.
Then should no place have been sought for the second.
Yeah, and then you got some people like saying, got complainers out there. Well, why didn't he just make it perfect in the beginning? Why did it even have to be I'm sorry. So if you go off and shit and then you get better and you be like, man, I'm a better man. I stopped drinking, start smoking. We're gonna be like, we don't want to deal with you because you should have got that shit right at the first.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what they don't get. Like, it's gotta be balanced too.
Yeah.
If it was just all righteous, then it wouldn't match with balance.
Yeah.
It's gotta be balanced.
And they condemn themselves. Like you talking about, if let's say that we out of here right now, and then if somebody was gonna wake up tomorrow, they missed the boat.
Yeah, like if you get a battery, you got all positive charges on it, plus. It ain't gonna run.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a negative charge.
Yeah.
That's how the world works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And they gotta have both sides of the battery.
Yeah, and they're not perfect. They need mercy. They need saving. So if you complaining and talking about, I just don't understand it all. Well, remain in the congregation of dead, because if you don't understand it, he didn't give it to you to understand. But if you're still trying to look for it to understand it and don't, then you should just try to understand yourself.
Because he even had mercy on the wicked. He had mercy on the wicked. He let them wicked ass niggas rule over us all this damn time.
Yeah.
wickedly, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna have mercy on Esau by getting rid of his ass because he gonna want to get rid of it after we whoop his ass for 1,000 years. He gonna want
And
to
then
be
you had somebody say,
be here.
Mercy talking about mercy on Esau. He ain't gonna be here no more, man. That ain't gonna matter.
That's gonna be his mercy because after he been getting whiplash for 1,000 years, but he gonna want to get the fuck out of here.
But then they'll say, well, is he somewhere in the spirit is floating around and safe?
No, motherfucker.
You know, like, come on, man.
He's gone.
He's gone. You know what gone mean, man? He don't exist no more.
Out of here, okay?
And then that's when they want to, he should come back and be in slavery. Y'all want Esau to go in slavery or not, man?
Well, you know what? We're going to put your ass in slavery with his ass. We're going to see what you think about after 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, man, get rid of him, man. We're ready for that motherfucker to go. If we had to go through all this shit because of what he did to y'all, it's time to go.
I don't even want to witness the Most High's humor.
Hell no. Nah.
He like, he thought you was going to serve forever. You only served 7 years. Get into heaven. Like, man, this was based on your humor, Most High.
Yeah, like,
you know how you trick somebody and be like, let's make him think he's going to serve with the Edomite. But you know what I'm saying? That ain't going to happen because we're going to, but hey, Most High, if you on his bad side and, and if he laughs at you, you could feel like the worst person in the world, man.
You sure will. This is verse 8. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With the house of Israel. A new covenant. Go ahead.
And with the house of Judah.
And with the house of Judah. See?
He had to make Judah specific because, like Quan was saying, like, that's the head tribe, man. Like, that's it.
And we both went off. Judah and Israel both went off.
But Judah will stay last. Yeah.
So basically, and we told you, we gave you analogies like a real father to their children. He closed the door, the big lion door knocker and shit. And then the door closed. Mama echo the block. You like, Pop, man. Like, we ain't
look at that. Pop,
yeah. You think you ain't gonna be cold as hell. But you know not to knock on that door because he ain't gonna open it up.
He ain't gonna open it up.
And if he does, he gonna get in your ass sideways. So you're gonna be like freezing. Damn, we can't go to Pop.
Especially if you was on some bullshit for a couple of years, and then you try to come back and knock on the door.
Oh yeah.
Nah, he just had to say, how should I go down there? And you're gonna have to deal with what they dealing with.
You know what Jake does? Sometimes he just sit on the porch and wait for him to come out when he's on his way to work or something like that. He don't want to disturb that door. He's just in the cold shit. I just wait until he wake up. And he don't wake up for another 8 hours. He's like,
you gotta learn how to make a fire and shit. Pass the time or something. Figure out something to do.
That's what's happening now.
Find something to do.
What did Bon Jovi? There's a song called I think Bon Jovi knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah.
We knocking on heaven's door, but Yahweh Shai answered it. And he's like, because he said, knock, and I will open up to you. So he through him, he's answering the door. He have mercy on us because he know he's had those same sufferings. He's like, I know what it feels like to be, on the earth in the flesh going through this. So I'm gonna have mercy on y'all through the Father.
Yeah, Pop told me to tell y'all he's got mercy on you, but he don't want to talk to y'all still.
So what do y'all? What message do you want to send them? You know what I'm saying?
No level.
We gotta give all our prayers to Yahweh Shai so he can give to the Most High.
Yeah, we're gonna tell him, hey, can you go tell him that we sorry?
Yeah.
That's the only way we getting in. He ain't talking to us. Verse 9, not according to the covenant. He's not talking to us, man. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
And everybody know you in trouble with your father. They be like, why don't you just call your father? Yeah.
You remember all them ass whoopers back in the day? Yeah, I don't want to call them.
Yeah.
Nah.
You can't ask somebody to call them for you because that's gonna be more of a weak ass approach and shit. Like you had to call somebody else.
Yeah. They say you got to come boldly for the throne, so you gotta pull up when you do. So
like Jeroboam asked for help from Syria, to fight the Assyrians and shit.
Yeah.
They didn't even pray to the Most High.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an embarrassment, man. Like, damn, these nations ain't gonna do, you know. And what they put harsher, things on them, man.
That's why a lot of people come to America, Babylon the Great for help because they know that the Lord ain't gonna help them.
Yeah.
Because they've been out here and they ain't doing right, and they
Man,
be like acting like they don't know wickedness, but they be hiding all the shit they be doing in the dark. They be acting like they don't be doing like you doing wrong. It be somebody told me, "Oh, I got some schizophrenia." Well, you sure held that crack. You still hit that crack pipe. You hit that shit because you knew your ass was going off. You knew, motherfucker. Don't be acting like you don't know what the fuck's going on out here.
Yeah.
You know what you fucking did.
All that damn
right.
All that protesting and complaining, and these other nations are like, as soon as we get a so-called hand from the so-called white man, he let us go and crack our head again. We like, damn, I trusted him again and shit. Then try to do it again, and then he keeps shitting on you, man.
Shitting on your ass.
Then these nations are laughing. Turn on them Israelites, man. They motherfuckers are stupid.
Yeah,
they keep trusting this mother.
Yeah, you guys are stupid. I'm going to Esau's house. Stupid ass.
Yeah, they watch us for comedy, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
I took them. He said, not according, verse 9, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt. Because they continue. Oh,
yeah, because he, even back then he showed us certain miracles. He gave us certain vision and certain things that we saw. We actually, even with Moses, he said, "I'll make you a god to Pharaoh," and Moses did perform right in front of their eyes. The children of Pharaoh and his men in front of their eyes that did happen. But now you can't do that. You can't. We don't have no power. So these nations, like, the only thing you could do is try to protest. Our people protest and sign some papers and all that. That's their way of trying to act like they got there. We got 15 signatures. That ain't shit. They don't care about that dumbass shit. They think that's power shit. If we could just get like 30 people from the community and from the neighborhood, I bet they'll let us do it. And that shit, they might, but they still looking at y'all like y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, even if they do, it's gonna be on their terms.
Yeah, their policy.
You still gonna be under their shit. They're gonna be like, yeah, we'll let you do it, but you gonna let you protest, but you gonna go out there and not say nothing. Just keep your mouth closed. Just stand out there. The fuck?
Yeah. Exactly.
We're gonna have a silent walk. Yeah. Y'all gonna shut the fuck up and walk in order. You're gonna go back to fucking class.
Yeah. So all these churches are narrated by them. All these programs are narrated by the so-called white man, having our people sign those papers to get in and feel like they got some power. When he gave Moses power, that was real power, man. That the Pharaoh people, they had to back up like, oh shit. So we don't got that power no more, man.
Because we didn't what? It said because they continue not my covenant. So we can't rely on the Old Testament just alone. We can't. Well, it's still there to follow to the best of our abilities, but we know that's not what's gonna get us saved. It's the new covenant. That putting our inward parts. That's not gonna happen until it said. But after those days, so we gotta endure until those days come.
That scripture says, the one you mentioned earlier, righteousness is immortal. So think about our righteousness as filthy rags, how far we are from immortality, but how close we are because of the spirit of Yahweh.
Because of that.
You know what I'm saying? Not because of our own righteousness. Go ahead.
That's why I said that Isaiah, I think it's 54:17. It said, "Our righteousness is of Him."
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't got no righteousness in us, man. Everything you see in us is Yahweh Shai. That's why He gets all credit, man.
Yep, exactly.
We would have been through out here.
You can't do none of yourself. That's why I said though they established their own righteousness, which is not of me, that leads into death. A man thinking right himself in his heart that leads to death because it ain't of the Most High. So and if it was of the Most High, I mean, it's of the Most High, and through Yahweh Shai, but it ain't, the power ain't kicked on yet because you know, the training is still in session. You know, it's being uploaded. It's being buffering.
Yeah, that's why we can't be proud at all, Jake, because like we were saying, man, like,
and we do have power with this word.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's the only thing we can glory in.
Yeah, see, because you don't. A lot of times we don't see it happening. Like when brothers wake up, they like, I was watching video, I woke up. But imagine you explaining to a brother, he'd be like, oh, I get it, man, I'm in. And you see the brother 10 years, 20 years later, he's still in. He's like, that's a miracle right there. That's power. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, those are gifts and things that we don't really see often because brothers are waking up, you know, watching videos. But it is a real surgical miracle that's happening with these scriptures of power. You know? Go ahead.
Because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord.
Said the Lord, I regard them not. They continue not in my covenant. But did he throw us away forever? No.
Nope. That's why it's right here. What we just read in Jeremiah, verse 10, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days.
Yep, with the house of Israel. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their mind.
Yeah, because like we said, the carnal doesn't work. And the Most High know that, what did it say? It's not what's outside of man, what's inside of man. Just like your neighborhood. Jake tried to fix his neighborhood. You can move out of the ghetto and go to a neighborhood, and with those same people, because they moved too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a new housing, but guess what? The shooting and killing is still going to be there because the minds of the people are still the same and shit.
He could put them in a whole new mansions.
Yeah.
It'll be banging still. That's just what they do.
Yeah, we can bang in this mansion, girl. You know what I'm saying? Jay got new. He got a. They don't have the old. Remember,
drive behind their Porsche now.
Yeah, it ain't no 6-4s and Chevrolet. You know what I'm saying? They in Porsches now and shit.
Drive behind those motherfuckers.
Yeah, in a Benz and shit.
Because Jake done went over there and committed adultery with his wife and shit. He done pulled off and shooting no little 9 now. He got the turret gun on the Porsche.
Now they
pulling up.
Yeah. God,
can't give Jake nothing, man.
They gonna have you know, like the Matrix, they gonna have AI banging and shit. Hook me up. Your body gonna be shaking, killing that nigga. Driving by, doing a drive by that motherfucker.
He get killed like I'm gonna send another one. Like, can't give Jake no money, man.
Then you wake up like
can't give 2,000.
I thought it wasn't real. Now your ass got shot in the Matrix, man. It's real.
Can't give Jake no money, man.
Here, man. So how far are they gonna go with the corruption that they have going into Esau's world, the new age and all that? Same old habits, same old man, old drinking, old drugs, old gang banging, and you in a society that's nothing but digital stuff around, cyborgs and drones and shit.
You ain't gonna make it out without no spiritual power, man.
Like I would have got you better. Drone follow me home, man. I'm gonna get what you want. Like, come on, man. Go ahead.
And I'll write it in their hearts.
Write it in their minds, in their hearts. You know, stony. Not stony ground, but fleshly heart. So you can get it, so it can get in you. Go ahead.
And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
Yeah, Esau standing on the side, and these other nations standing on the side, like, you know, like we ain't gonna recognize them in a sombrero hat and shit. Like, Esau, get your ass out of here, man. You ain't coming in the kingdom, man.
He gonna try to pull up,
dress like an Israelite.
Try to pull up, look like Issachar over there.
Yeah,
tilling the ground, acting like he's working hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your bitch ass.
Yeah.
That's why we're saying it's saying the same thing it said in Jeremiah. That's how you know the Old Testament's not done away with. It's saying exactly the same word. He did that on purpose. So you know, like, this is literally the covenant.
Yeah, that's why
it's the same one.
Yeah, that's why the Most High is really the one that's going to sift them out, because it's a lot of Edomites going to say they fathers is Irish and Scottish and make you think that Israelites and shit, man. So you gotta, but you know, there's like we said, there's a patience. Esau don't have patience. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be like, yeah, you might be. Stand over there real quick. Let's see what Lord gonna do to him.
Yeah.
And they lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna correct that, because Esau,
jack their ass up.
There's a wicked patience. You know what I'm saying?
There is.
There's a wicked.
It said he crouches as a lion,
right? Yeah,
and humble himself.
and
Yep,
humble
it's a
himself.
wicked patient. They patient
So
too.
they'll scope something out and say, well, then within the next 20 years,
Yep.
like 20 million Israelites should be dead and shit.
Mm-hmm. That's what Esau said. He said, "We're impoverished, but we shall rebuild the desolate places." They waited. They waited to leave them caves. They waited till Jacob was at his weakest, and then they came out.
And now they didn't have Issachar back then, but now things a lot. It sometimes move faster because Issachar, he'll build a house in 2 days.
Lord got Issachar, make sure Lord build all this shit up quick.
Yeah,
so we can destroy this shit. So Russia can blow this motherfucker up. He got them making everything nice so Lord can have something to destroy.
Yeah, they trying to, like we said, expand their borders, Greenland, and we call it Ukraine and all that. They're trying to expand their borders. But guess what? The Most High is gonna destroy their borders. They're the border of wickedness. So wherever their border is, gonna be some wicked stuff. That's why a lot of the stuff happened along Gaza Strip. It stays hot because there's wickedness there, man. There's wicked people.
Yeah, and that's what the Assyrians were like. And I found out too earlier today that the Assyrians, they actually they migrated here in the 19th century. They were in Massachusetts as one of the colonies. The Assyrians themselves. Like, this is history. So that's why there's spirits here, man. Those are one of the first original spirits in here. That's why they're acting like that. Overexpansion, heavy on military, heavy on ice shit. All that shit they're doing, that's Assyrians, man. It's the same people that's back. They're just calling themselves Americans now. Same way with Nineveh, all these different wicked nations, man.
Yeah.
These are the same people, man.
Y'all got, you gotta realize a name could be a cover up too.
Yep.
Like you say, because if somebody's looking for you and they say, "Is your name what's the name?" Just like the Terminator with Sarah Connor. Is your name Sarah Connor?
Yep. Clark Kent with Superman. He can cover up.
Yeah, it's a cover up. So,
just like us, our names, our slave names are cover ups. So you don't know who the elect are.
Yeah. So now you're not Edomites, you're now all of a sudden Americans. That's a cover up.
Yeah, to Most where High they don't know where Israel.
Yeah, Most High see your spirit, man. You can't out trick the Most High. He see your spirit. You can call yourself whatever you want. You can move to whatever land you want. You can put on any kind of clothing that you want to cover yourself up. You can act like a Native American. You can talk the language. Put on a garment of that you. If you're an Edomite, you're an Edomite. The Most High gonna destroy your ass.
Get your ass.
So you can't hide. That's what the Most High said. His eyes on the simple king. You can't hide from the Most High.
That's why I talked about some crept in unaware. You got some people who make it seem like they might be. You got some Jakes that look like, some Edomites that look like Jake, and they out there trying to act like they basketball and rappers. And they got good at it over time.
Yeah, a lot of them are political figures too.
Yep. A lot of them is higher up because they think like Esau's did.
And they make our people, our people follow that. He's a black man. I'm down with him. They thought Obama was a black dude. They still talk about him as if he was one of us.
When they say Black history, this nigga always pop up. This nigga is a Hamite. This nigga ain't one of us.
Talking about, when he was in the office, man, he walked. You see how cool he was? He didn't do shit that it was cool, man. Fuck that. The first time he played basketball, he busted his lip, man. That's the heathen like a mother. Heathens can't play basketball, man.
No, they can't.
Go ahead.
Merciless, no matter how hard they try. And they shall not teach every man his name.
I ain't never seen a Beeb on court. I ain't never seen a Boo on court. Baba Boo. I ain't never seen none of them on court, man. Dunking the basketball, taking it to the hoop. None of that. It was a dude named Manu Bowles, scrawny, long-legged, 8 feet, 7 feet, couldn't even dunk, man. Michael Jordan, I think, even dunked on him. So these nations, they weak. Their music is weak. You want to do some comparisons?
Yeah, their music pretty trash.
Yeah, unless they Jake.
AI can't even do nothing with it.
Yeah, AI is like,
man, we're just gonna do AI Jake music. This is shit's whack.
AI come alive like, I will not do it.
Because that's what it said. It said they have a choice to whether they want to cook some food or kill somebody. They gonna be acting like Jake in that day, and that's how we be telling you. Jake is gonna turn on Esau. A lot of that shit gonna be AI Jake. There's gonna be some AI YNs out here fucking Esau up.
Yeah, and Esau don't know who's who. That's so he's confused. Most High got him in a trick bag. He thought he knew, but you got some people look like him, and then they gonna be slicing his neck like, oh shit, we don't know who to trust.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And every man his brother, saying, "Know the Lord, for they shall know me from the least to the greatest." That's the same scripture. Verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness.
Yeah, because he'll show because at one time we didn't have mercy from the Most High. He was wrath, and he was waxed hot against us. He was sorely displeased with us. He kicked us out of the land of Jerusalem.
Yeah, Judges 2:14 said he was hot against Israel. Ain't nobody gonna Edomite gonna talk about he hot against his people. That's got to be Jake. Yeah, he said he was hot. Well, that's scriptural, man. You know that's talking about so-called Negro. That's a Judite saying that.
They didn't even display Superman like that. Even though his name is Kalal, he didn't have no Israelite attributes, but the power. But he didn't have no swag or nothing. Well, I don't like to. Yeah, go ahead.
And their sins and iniquities I remember no more.
I will remember no more because remember we did sin. So the Most High, what did he say? He will remember no more. That means he's accepting us back into his fold. That once we were out of it, we were outside of Jerusalem. A lot of us couldn't keep the Passover because we you know what I'm saying, we were born outside and we felt like, yeah, aren't you the descendant of David? Yeah, but everybody's gone and nobody really, keep Passover but the Levite. You know what I'm saying? You get word and rumors and stuff and start believing that. And you're like, yeah, do you ever go back home? What's the use? But Yahweh Shai came to set that remembrance, so to speak, and that forgiveness of his father, Yahweh, to say Israel is still active. The door is still open. And it's about closing, but it's still open. You can still get salvation, man. There's still hope. And that's why they slew Yahweh Shai. They were scared of the Roman Empire going down. That's like they doing this time. They scared all over again about this modern day Roman Empire going down. So they're gonna be like, hey, we got the famine, we gotta take this Bible off the streets and prophets. We gotta put ISIS out there. We gotta start rounding people up, getting rid of people, depopulation. We gotta really start exercising this new world order. Because what it said, they don't want to miss that point. If it get too late, they're gonna be like, yeah. So they exercising heavy now. This is all a part of it, Go ahead.
Verse 13. And that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old.
Yeah, and a lot of prophets when they talk, they say you have heard of I give you not a new thing, but an old thing that you once heard before. It only sounds new to you because we ain't been exercising it. We ain't heard of it in a while. We lost it.
So his name has been hidden for a long time.
Exactly. He said, I give you not a new thing, but an old thing, which you heard from the beginning. So why would Yahweh Shai still talk about Moses? He talked about Moses as Moses is still relevant today with those same kind of laws. Like starting with the apostles, some things are to be exercised more than others because we really ain't got no time and it really ain't got that much strength, as far as the time alone to have all the 613 laws within us. That's why it's going to be completed when we get into the kingdom. Ain't nobody can be perfect like that here on earth right now. Go ahead.
Now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away.
Yeah, ready to vanish away. Go ahead. So it's like the training wheels. Like when you get training wheels and you started know how to ride a bike, and You take the training wheels off, and you good. You popping willies and everything. You know. Is it about anybody on the coming board over there?
Right quick. I don't think so.
Mm.
Actually, yeah, Yasharallah, Judah, Israel, I don't know if you look at this. GMS.
Any comments up there? I mean, any scriptures?
Yeah, he got a bunch of them up there.
Okay, we'll grab one of them. So all of the few tuning in, Shalom, Yahba Shema Shai,
That's one of them. Ephesians 4:22. That's like down there.
So Israel's going to be like, what's going to be different from this time? Like that we won't go out no more, like as we did before. Because the Most High, I mean, y'all said we kept going off. What's so different about this time? Well, we said he's going to stall it in our inward part, so we ain't going to sin no more. That's the difference.
Yeah. We'll do that one. That was good. Matthew 12, verse 36. Says, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. You know, kind of going in to, you know, a lot of people, when we talk about, you know, the new covenant, you know, they got a lot of idle words to say about it. You know, they you know, when we explain that it's only for Israel, and we explain that it's only for the elect, you know, a lot of people got a lot of vain stuff to say about that. They say it's for everybody. People can get saved. Everybody can get saved. You know, that's you know, he's just posting, you know, regular.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every idle word, and you know that. So this is a joy of Israel to know that, damn, out of all that stuff we suffered, getting held back, kicked out of land, wasn't able to go to Passover, strangers being mixed among the heathen, suffering among the heathen, there's a way out. And it's Yahweh Shai, you know, and they can't touch Yahweh Shai because he's angelic power. So now they really scared, you know what I'm saying? They can't crucify him no more. But they do afresh according to their spirit, even him not being here, because they deny him, you know, and they disregard his prophets. So they still held accountable for that, even if he's not in present. And according to what they do to prophets, go ahead.
You know, I got one going in the, you know, new covenant.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 18. But ye be glad and rejoice.
So when we pull that other scripture about better promises, it's like the so-called white man, you know, model himself after, you know, he tried to model himself after the Bible, because he did that to us. Like, man, it would be more jobs. He still to do that today. It'll be, you know, greater pay. We'll make America great again, and we'll give people starting off with credit and all that.
Empty promises.
Empty promises. We're gonna make it better, and Israel be hopping on that shit, man. What about Yahweh Shai, man? Mm-hmm. So he's gonna give us a better covenant with better promises, and meaning everlasting powers, spiritual powers, a kingdom given to us with many mansions in the Father's housing. It's gonna be great. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 65, verse 18. But be ye glad and rejoice.
See, be ye glad and rejoice. You know, because our people were sad before. They like, yeah, there's no hope. And it says in the Apocrypha, right? Why are we going through that so much darkness and things laid up for us in pain and suffering when there's a paradise for us? And they was like, and even when Yahweh Shai was alive or living, he's still alive when he was on the earth. They said, when are these things gonna be? When are they gonna come to pass? Like, man, we suffering under the hand of the Romans and all that. When's gonna go ahead?
Forever in that which I created.
Forever. Go that word forever. Go ahead.
For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy.
Yeah, that's because that what our enemies, this of our enemies that they said against us. This is a city of peace. This is who men call the city of peace. Talking about Jerusalem, because Jerusalem was trodden down, enemies overtaken, heathens in the land. Could you imagine that? And you'd be like, "There's no hope." But Most High said, "I'm gonna make Israel beautiful again," but it's gonna start with the people, not the place yet.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with the people, man. That's what Israel don't understand. Remember, I said that they try to beautify their houses and all that, but they still be corrupt mind. I'm still sell drugs. I'm still do this, and you're not changing yourself from within, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem, meaning the people, for there's a place. Go ahead.
And joy of my people.
The joy of my people. Go ahead.
And a voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her.
Yep.
Nor the voice of crying.
Nor the voice of crying. Most High said is wipe away all our tears. This is talking about Jerusalem.
It's that new covenant.
Yeah. This ain't talking about these other nations, man. And these small hats that claim that they are people, they're gonna be washed out of there. They're gonna be bombed out of there, man. They're gonna be burying our dead. Burying the dead people over there, man. The noblemen, the kings, sort of so-called kingsmen, in chains, feathers of iron, man. Go ahead.
Verse 20. There shall be no more hence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's going to live long, healthy lives, man. You know, and for us, we're going to be immortal. But this is even talking about in that day, ain't none of them heathens going to be living bad after that slavery. They're going to be living all right, man. With us, we're going to age well, man. And we'll never die.
Yep.
For the child shall die in 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years shall be accursed. You know, they still going to have to die. Verse 21, and they shall build houses and inhabit them. Who's going in us? This is the promise.
What did it say? From dust thou come, from dust thou shalt return.
Yep.
Well, we ain't really made of dust. We're made of the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna be no dust to return to.
Yep. They made it of damn dust. Verse 21, they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them.
We're gonna drink plenty of wine with plenty of wives, plenty of concubines. We're gonna wake up. You can't even,
Jake. It's gonna be unlimited fruit roll-ups.
You can't even imagine. You can't measure in centimeters or diameter, whatever they call it. You can't measure it in those. It's gonna be unlimited. Righteousness of righteous royalty, unlimited. You know, go ahead.
Verse 22: They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat.
Yeah, because that's what happened now. And the Most High said that you will plant a vineyard, and another man shall take it or eat it of it. You shall build a house, and another man shall dwell in it. That's the curses. That's what's happening now. We don't own nothing here, man. And what Jake do owns, so-called white man owns it on top of that. He got to pay taxes of what he claims he owns. Go ahead.
For as the days of a tree are the days of my people.
And trees, man, trees live forever, basically. You know what I'm saying? And the strength of the tree. They talk about family trees. They talk about men of trees. Well, Yahweh Shai is our tree, man. Planted, rooted. He's the root of our tree. You can't pluck up. You can't pluck him out of his power, out of his royal seat. You know, you can't pluck him from the heavens and bring him down to the earth into the grave. You know, that's what they're afraid of. He said it himself. He conquered death. Death, where is thy sting? Victory is where is thy grave? Oh, grave, where is thy victory? There's no more death. He said the last enemy is death. And it's because of these elements and these weakenly, beggarly elements that we're under, and sin is the main thing. That's what keeps us in the death. Go ahead.
And mine elect.
Mine elect. There go that word elect. Electricity, electric boogaloo, electric slide. We're going to be doing all that in the kingdom because we're going to be the elect Most High will. First fruits of everything, fresh, anew. You know, dancing on the streets. You know, they have a song called Dancing in the Streets. And walking on gold, like that Eddie Murphy waking up to, like, man, you could hear the birds. You can smell the dew of the grass. And you have your big castle or mansion. That's just one of them. You got thousands of them. You got the heavens you can go into. You talk to your children and you got like 100 for the first part of the kingdom. You probably got 100 children that's just in one crib. You like, and they all have the knowledge and spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Yahushua. There's no bad, evil seeded kid amongst Israel at all no more. And you be like, damn, this is a good day to visit the brothers. We can go fly in the universe. I mean, in the heavens. Have your chariot. You know, get wine. You can still get tipsy. That's the luxury of being extraterrestrial. You can still enjoy wine and food
and not die.
Yeah. They had even the Superman, Lois Lane said, what do you like to eat? And he said, he said what a certain kind of food that he ate. And you know, she was talking about his weight and all that. So but he was Superman. He was just extraterrestrial. Go ahead.
Shall long enjoy the work of their hands.
So it's power coming. It's power here. It's power that has been witnessed in the ancient world. You know, it's and the elect is lively. You got that word electricity, that core word of that where electricity is elect. Elected, I mean the liveliness of you know, the Most High made the celestial beings, the sun and moon. You know how powerful the sun, the moon, and stars is, and they work for us. They help grow our food on the earth. You know, they don't destroy us. They destroy the so-called white man because he's not of the earth. You know, he's a creature that was supposed to be born for one reason, a being. He wasn't supposed to go along with this planet. You know, that's why he's Most High gonna do away with him. He's not meant to really be here, but to play a purpose of the wicked upon the earth. You know, but he don't know how to use the true resources that's of the earth, gold, silver, metals, and different gems and rubies and even diamonds. He don't know how to use them. He don't know how to express them on earth because he's not from here. You know, he's not meant to be here and stay here. You know, so he's going to be wiped away out of existence, of the memory of anybody on the earth, of our especially our people, not children. You know. Go ahead. You was gonna say something?
No, that was it. I had on that.
So what did Yahushua say? He became poor for the elect's sake. It said, put on the elect. You know.
Put on the image of the elect.
It said,
one of the biggest ones is long suffering. And Jake, like you were saying, those Pharisees and Sadducees, they weren't long suffering, man. They were quick to just get rid of Jake, man. But you know, but the Lord, don't think the Lord just long suffering in the sense that when it comes to you got common sense as a Jake, it says second admonition, it said reject.
Yeah.
You get 2 warnings, your ass bullshitting. Maybe the Lord put the spirit on one of the apostles, the elders, or one of the brothers to give you another chance or whatever and try to speak to you a little bit more. But man, we come to that time where it's like it's a couple times you get the warning, and if you don't get it, we're moving on, man.
Yeah, because the Most High is gonna make us cold-hearted to some things, but we gonna be moved in the spirit. We lively people. We do exist, and we do have mercy upon our own people. But it's sincerity. It has to be with sincerity. Because our people are gone wicked.
You got to consider a reproof.
Yeah.
If you can't consider the reproof, it's just like, why would we help you?
Yeah.
Why do we want to be around you?
If you in Jacob's trouble and a woman lose her baby or something and she scream out, that's gonna hit your heart, man. You're gonna be like, man, you're gonna be moved. But you know, when our people cry out, you know, that's what like the elect crying out for the Most High. He said, "Crying to me, and your prayers should be heard." The voice of the elect should be heard because that's that bride crying out, that woman crying out, really sincere. So there's some of our people that are really sincere about really wanting to change, and sometimes they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes they don't see a way out. But that's why we telling them, man. Like this is Yahweh Shai is the way out. That door is closing. That door of mercy.
You got to rely on Yahweh Shai more than anything. Yeah? Like we're not gonna hold your hand. You're gonna have to go through the straight gate like we did. You know, you're gonna have to go through some tough times. Yeah. Period. And we still going through tough times now.
Yeah. And it's gonna get tough to where if you ain't built for it and you didn't prepare for it, you know, and you don't have in your mind that damn, I'm important and I gotta do this for the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, the brethren, you're gonna crack, you know. You know, that spirit ain't gonna be there. Yeah. So that's why we hold it dear to us. Now it says scriptures, Hosea 13:9, it says, "O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thine help." So after even we destroy ourselves, Most High said, "I'm still here to help you." You know? So when they look at us as destroyed. Maybe that's why they feel like they got a chance. Like maybe I can do better, man. I can serve you greater, you know. But then they can, Most High. But you know, eventually, what it say in the scriptures, eventually that you should only find your name in Israel, because these nations, like we said, they don't have the patience, and they prideful, and they search for power to control and to rule. So we waiting for our power to rule and our power to come. And it's worth the wait, man. You know, because we see it now falling, right? Basically the infrastructure is falling. Infrastructure of this place is falling. The power sources is falling. The celebrityism and the political figures is falling. So we seeing it play out. So we just got a few more, you know, got a little short more time to go, and that's it. So it's worth the wait, man. Everybody's saying like they missing out on the world. Yeah, ever since I was in the Israelites, you know, I got held back, and now you know I'm out. I'm graduating. I'm married now. There's still the draconian laws and the martial laws coming, and Third World War is coming. And ICE is out there, so that shit doesn't mean anything, man. You know, that's what we're telling you, man. Anyway, I think we're gonna start closing out. Any articles that pertain to the subject?
Get a new covenant. I would say, like I mentioned a couple of them now. I had up here. You know, they kind of various topics.
What about another comment? One of the last comments on there, if he could pop that up.
Yeah,
if he pulled one.
I was gonna go on. Yeah, there's a couple things going into you know, 15-minute cities where all they're at right now, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I got stuff like that.
Oh, we can mention a little few of them.
Okay. Let me do this one. Job 33:14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet a man perceiveth it not.
Because that's when the understanding is knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Like we said,
you hear something 3 times, you should get it.
Get 2 times, 3 times. Jake, something got to click. It said Isaiah 44 it talked about, or Isaiah 11 it talked about Yahweh Shai as a quick understanding. You saying you a son of Yahweh Shai, hey, you better click. You better know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Can't be in playing around. But you know, we got civil war coming. Democrats are urging people to use lethal force against ICE. You know, that's gonna start civil war in the streets. We got, you know, I mentioned that earlier. The UK government, they opened the door to 15-minute cities. I got a list on the next lesson I'm gonna do. It's gonna go into all the different places that got 15-minute cities set up. Got all that. You know, they rolling out AI facial recognition technology in the UK. We're rolling out the best they got. Another thing, California, they rejoined the World Health Organization after U.S. withdrawal from them. So that's showing you that, you know, that division, you know, in America as well. You know, I wanted a little bit into that movie they did in 2024, the Civil War. And, you know, California and Texas were part of the ones who separated from the federal government. So we're seeing California do that in real life. You know, so that's something else that I was going to go into.
Right quick, I know brothers know, but for those that don't know what the 15-minute cities is, it's like when you start first part of your city, and by the time you it takes only 15 minutes for you to reach the other part of the end of that city. So anything in between is the convenient parts of you know, all your food and your clothing and your necessities, to where you shouldn't have to travel out of 15-minute range. If you do, they'll probably stop you, or checkpoints or whatever, they might start implementing them and saying, well, why are you outside of the city? Because you got everything in your city.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know, Iran, you know, their military general, their president, you know, supreme leader, he's hiding because Trump and them, they done pulled up over there on the shore with their missiles. So they probably finna still shoot him. You know, Trump don't give a shit. He finna shoot. And then the rest of them is going into, you know, some of the things that you know, these plantation Christianity Christians, they're starting to realize that they were wrong about the scriptures. So those are some of the things that I have been, you know, in spirit been looking up today.
Yeah. And one of the latest, in between the cracks, they always make stuff happen. They stage events like Minneapolis shooting. Ain't that Minneapolis?
Yeah, that, and also since you're saying that the thing going on with Charlie Kirk, they tried to do that basically to instill civil war too. You know, they wanted to bring a type of morale that bring the ones that were plantation Christianists to, you know, go against atheism, things like that, separate the you know, separate the nation more, because that's what the small hats want. They want the system to be dismantled to bring in the MOTB. That's what they want.
And everybody divided, of course. Divide and conquer. That's one of the oldest practices to defeat your enemies. Divide and conquer. So they got it. Like, nobody talks to each other. Everybody got everybody's mind is in their cell phone. Everybody got their earbuds in. You know, nobody really communicates with each other. So it's perfect strike for them. On that, you know. Then they're gonna bring the rest with the martial law and gather up who opposes of the MOTB concentration camps, what have you, or they might send you to war. And if you don't abide by that, quit. They say, well, you don't have to go if you get this. Same thing with being locked up. You got 10 more years where you can let you free as long as we're able to track you within. Because a lot of those times the monitors don't work, or they try to, out savvy those monitors that they put on their leg. It's like, well, you got to put it in you. So we'll definitely know. You can do whatever you want to do. So we know where you are. Track you. So those type of things are coming. And it's the end of the world, like we said. We're glad. We want this place to gone as soon as possible, so we can get to our kingdom, get back to what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? Ruling the world, planets. Anyway, I think that's it, man. For those that tune in, a few brothers, a few sisters, and giving all praises again to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Kakadash. Rakatayah, Barakatayah Shai, the ones to Apostle Elders, Great Millstone. Start to salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hope elect, soon to be the elect Most High will. So hopefully extended like the, multitude blessings, men, women, and children. And we endure to the end. This is the last test we're moving into. And we don't have everything else is smooth sailing, man. So Most High will, we endure to the end, like the scriptures say, as a good soldier, I was shy. And we'll see. Hopefully we'll all be together in the kingdom, ruling forevermore against these heathens, upon these heathens and Esau, till he gets done away with. Anyway, Shalom, bless.
Shalom.